Bubble, Webflow. There's a bunch of these no-code tools out there. And they're supposed to be democratizing people getting into coding or having no-code startups, which I love. I think is a really big opportunity. But you're kind of democratizing coding. Seems like both of those are in a race, but in a paradigm, in two different paradigms. One is to make it easier to code and get more people coding. The other one is to tell you, hey, forget about coding, just use our tool and publish. Is that an accurate assessment? And then do you see yourself in competition with the Webflows and Bubbles for supremacy of startup creation in the future?
I think coding is not the problem. I think that the problem is all the crap that comes with coding. And so we're about making the act of coding a lot easier. You can think of Replit as low code because we automate a lot of things for you. We abstract a lot of things for you. We just make everything easier. So you're writing a lot less code with Replit because you don't have to do all this setup and maintenance. And we don't think that coding itself is the problem. Like it's I don't know what's the hypothesis behind no code or the idea that code is bad, but like why is code bad? It's just an interface. Well, it's
hard and it's intimidating, right? It would be what people would say. And that it's easier to just drag and drop stuff and move it around and maybe to write logic like if this happens, then that, which is like a scripting as opposed to coding.
You end up coding. Anytime you make a complicated no-code app, you end up doing the act of coding. You're just using a visual metaphor, which actually hits limits pretty quickly. Like maybe they'll solve that limits, but visual programming, as it's called in the kind of the scientific or traditional sense, people call it visual programming. It's been around for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. And it's really like the current iteration of it is not that much different than what we've seen. It just has the Silicon Valley hype attached to it.
Got it. And so you don't buy it. You don't think that's going to... You basically look at it as training wheels, and then eventually you're going to have to look under the hood and code.
Well, I think Webflow, for example, is amazing for building websites, but I don't see how is that related to like writing a program.
Will we see AI replace programmers? And if so, when?
I think the most immediate thing that AI will do is will make programmers more effective, more efficient, and will continue to increase the access to programming kind of in the same way that Replit does that. We continue to look at it and invest in it. And at some point, we're probably going to build something there. But I don't see it. So if you replace programmers, that's the last job you have to replace. Because think about it. If the machine can program itself, then you get into what AI researchers call intelligence explosion, because you have an AI that is programming itself to get better. And so maybe an AI programs its sort of the next version that is better of itself. And then the next version is programming the next version. And then you have a runaway explosion. And then we invented God. So it is, if programming gets automated, it's the last job that's going to get automated. And
it's the end of the human species, basically. It is like Skynet, right? I mean,
basically you would be Skynet. So, I mean, I hope programming doesn't get automated, because I think it's going to be a very different and risky world, because it ends up centralizing power into the hands of the people who end up.
How far off do you think we are from that? Because you had your mind blown by GPT-3, right? That kind of blew your mind, and that was unexpected.
It blew my mind, but I still could see its limitations very clearly, and I could still, it's still not reasoning. Like, I don't think there's any reasoning there. I don't. We're decades away. I think we're definitely decades away. But I think
2 or 3 decades go by pretty quickly based on my life experience. I felt like I was in the 90s just yesterday, and 3 decades, here we are 3 decades later, 2 decades later from the 90s. So it does go by quick. If you want your business to succeed online, it has to stand out, and that's why you need a beautiful, world-class website. The good news is you don't have to hire an expensive designer anymore, nor do you need a bunch of developers. No, Squarespace has all the tools you need to claim your domain and start building your company. Hey, maybe you got a product to sell. Maybe you want to show off some samples of your work. Maybe you've got a new service you're providing. Well, Squarespace is the all-in-one tool you need for your business to grow and flourish. And they offer beautiful templates. Maybe you want to start an online course, or you're scheduling appointments for people. Maybe you're generating client invoices. All of that is built into the product. Everything you create with Squarespace is pre-optimized to show up in search engines as well. So you don't need to hire some expensive SEO person. Nope. They're building your meta descriptions. They're setting you up with an auto-generated sitemap, and the SEO is done before you even get started. Plus, there's a new AI-powered feature. It's called Blueprint, which makes it easier than ever before to customize your website and make it really pop. So check out squarespace.com/twist for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/twist to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. That's squarespace.com/twist.